This is Jamie Drummond with Good Food Revolution. I'm here with Jordan Bamforth, the creative director for Beau's All Natural Brewery. How are you today?
Good, Jamie. How you doing?
I'm fantastic. Now, I've been wanting to interview you for the longest time, as well as Beau's making some utterly fantastic beers. I think they have some of the best packaging that I have ever seen. Tell me a little bit about yourself, how you became involved with Beau's.
Actually, my relationship with Beau's goes way back. Me and Steve met each other in the punk music scene in Toronto back in, the late 90s, early 2000s. And when he was running a record label, I'd done a couple album covers for him, did the logo for his record label. And, when he started up a brewery, he brought me on board to develop the graphic identity for the brewery.
So, where do you get your inspiration from?
I really try to do a lot of research up front when I'm developing a new beer or branding for a new beer. I just really try to get in depth behind, the history of the style, maybe a historical connection with the name that's been developed, and just really try to find a story that exists in the text, or in history, or try to pull imagery from that, and then put my personal interpretation on it, as well as put the Beau's look on it as well.
One thing that I've always found very impressive is there is this kind of definite stylistic consistency that goes throughout all of the different labels that you have designed throughout the years.
Yeah.
How do you manage to maintain that particular consistency, that particular style, that look?
Yeah, I mean it's a very it's something that's very intentional. I'm a strong believer in a cohesive identity for a brand.
Yeah.
And consistency is obviously something that's very important for a brand as well. So it's a very intentional thing. It's planned from the beginning to have a specific look. That is basically my personal style, and working with Steve, he allows me to sort of express that personal style. So it's really it's really something that's part of me as opposed to something that I'm trying to mimic. So there's a very personal side to it as well. But
this would be a hard question to answer, I'm imagining. But if you were to describe that particular aesthetic that you have with the Beau's labeling, what would that be? Sorry, I told you it was going to be a difficult question, but I'm interested to hear how you would describe that particular aesthetic.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird, there's definitely a nostalgia quality to it. Mm-hmm. But I mean, at the same time, it also has a very modern feel. It's kind of a combination of the two, maybe a modern interpretation on nostalgia. But I mean, I think really it's what I would reach for on a product on a shelf. You know what I mean? That's what I'm trying to create, is sort of my idealized product, because I don't have. Because Steve allows me to express my creativity, I don't have to worry about designing by committee or, trying to please a board of directors. It's like the purest form of expression, which is kind of cool.
So Steve gives you carte blanche?
I wouldn't go that far, but if he allows me to sort of, well, I mean, everybody allows me to go that extra distance to feel that I don't have to do something specific, and start off with that freedom and allow it to evolve. So,
what was the very first design you actually produced for Beau's Brewery?
That would have been the original logo and the sort of corporate identity, or the style guide, way back before there was even beer in the tanks when the brewery started.
And how many labels have you done since then?
Oh, geez. I think we're going to be up to our 18th or 19th Wild Oats series. So in that series alone, including repeats, there's probably about 20 artworks, and then there's Lug Tread and all the seasonals, so there's another 5, plus, yeah, a few one-offs in there as well, so I guess probably almost 30 different labels.
One thing I have to mention is that I've always been very appreciative of your work, but it appears that recently you were actually recognized on a much grander level. I know you're very modest and things, but if you wouldn't mind telling me a little bit about that.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting actually, and very humbling award. I won a packaging award with the Applied Arts magazine, and got the picture of the 4-pack published in the Big Design Annual. So I mean, growing up and studying at school, that was like the magazine to go to in Canada for design. So to be recognized by them for the work I've done in packaging for the 4-pack was pretty cool.
Where do you see your design aesthetic for bowls going in the coming years? Because you've been with bowls for quite some time now.
Yeah. I don't want to say consistent, but I think sort of the same upward trajectory in terms of the quality of the work. The last couple ones I've done, I think, are some of my best, and yeah, just maybe do some collaborative work with other artists, and try to get some other interpretations on the brand would be, I think, kind of a cool thing to take, and maybe give myself a bit of a break and some breathing room. But yeah, that's sort of where I'd like to see it go.
Well, Jordan Bamforth, thank you very much for joining us at Good Food Revolution today. Thank you for designing some of the finest beer labels in the world.
Thanks. Cheers, Jamie.